Classic rock album reviews coming right at you.
Mac-a-magog, look who I got here, Mr. Will Carroll. What's up, Will?
What's going on, Ralph, and everybody out there? How you doing?
Good to have you back, man. I've been thinking about what to get, and then Steven, let me get his name, Steven Johansson asked me to do an eye review on the eye, and I said, Will, you want to do this with me? There, I got an idea. So here we are, man. And how you been, man?
I'm good, man. It's been an eventful new year so far, and we just started, but things are going good. Just staying busy, DJing like a motherfucker, DJing lots of shows here in the Bay Area or in San Francisco, and just DJing different metal nights at different bars, and just keeping myself busy with that before Death Angel starts working on the new album again. We took the holidays off, so I haven't talked to the guys in like a month maybe, but we should be getting back into the swing of things soon. And yeah, things are good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I got to meet you not once but twice.
You what?
I got to meet you twice, not once.
Yeah, that's
twice.
right.
All right, so this will be up within the next week. So do you want to plug any bar you're going to be in, let's say a week from now?
Let's see. A week from now, I'll be DJing at the DNA Lounge in San Francisco. It's a pretty killer show. It's Mordred, Blind Illusion, and a band called Frolic, who are big Death Angel freaks. I'll be DJing that show. That's on Sunday. Oh, God, I'm so horrible with promotion. Sunday the 10th? That sound right? Is Sunday on the 10th?
Let me check here. No, it's on a Tuesday. So it'd be the 8th, right?
No, it'd be the following Sunday.
The 15th.
There you go. That sounds right.
So you're DJing actual shows.
Yeah. Before the first band goes on, right when the doors open, I'll DJ for like an hour. And then between each band, however long that takes, 20 minutes, half hour sometimes. And then after the show's over, I'll close out the night for like 45 minutes, an hour. But it's a lot of fun, man. I dig it. And a great way to see a show for free.
Yeah, no shit. Les Claypool, I take, is not in Blind Illusion.
No. It's facts. Yeah, never mind. No, he's not in Blind Illusion anymore. Believe me.
Okay. Well, all right, Will. So you got Death Angel coming up. You have any other musical projects you want to talk about?
Yeah. Since Death Angel's on downtime, or were on downtime, I started jamming with another band that I've jammed with in the past called Hellhunter. They're a San Francisco, for a lack of a better term, blackened thrash band. I know that term gets thrown around a lot now, but it is the best way to describe Hellhunter. Musically, they sound like early Sodom meets Discharge, and vocally, it's straight up black metal. And like the artwork and just the whole image they portray is kind of black metal-y. No corpse paint or anything, but just like early thrash, like German thrash metal with the studs and the spikes and the bullet belts and all that shit. I don't wear any of that stuff because I'm too busy playing the drums, so fuck all that noise. But yeah, so I got some shows coming up with them in February and March. And as far as music, playing with people, that's the only other thing I'm doing besides Death Angel. But I'm still doing my radio show as well, and that just went through some controversy. So I had to change the name of my radio show because it was too similar to another person's show who's been around for over 10 years, and it almost got into a legal thing. So I just decided to change my name. But that actually was a blessing in disguise because I brought a lot of attention to my show. And so now my show was called The Fool Metal Jacket, FOOL, The Fool Metal Jacket. And now it's called The Cult of Bleeding Priest. Bleeding Priest is my DJ name. So yeah, a lot of shit happened in the new year, I gotta tell you.
Wow, man. Well, that's some crazy stuff. Now, where can somebody find your radio show?
It's on this thing called Gimme Metal. It's an app. It's a free 24-hour heavy metal radio station. It's got a lot of cool DJs besides myself. Like Dave Mustaine has a show every Thursday. Randy Blythe has a show sometimes. Phil Demmel does a show sometimes. Ross the Boss has an awesome show that's weekly. And I do my show every Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's 2 hours. I try to inject a lot of funny stories into the music I play. Like I'll play a band, and then if I know the band personally, I have a funny story to tell, I'll tell it, and so it's a fun time. I try to make it light and fun. And yeah, the app is free. So just go to the App Store and it's Give Me Metal. And you'll find it and download it, and you can start right away.
Well, I will start definitely looking at that, and I'll definitely check it out. Can you chat in there? Can you?
Oh, yeah. I'm there every Monday on the chat.
All right on, man. And just to let you know, you ain't going to see me on Facebook for a good month because I've been banned for posting lyrics to Orgasmatron.
No way.
30 days.
It was probably based solely on the song title, I bet.
No, it doesn't even say the song title in the lyrics. I just wrote the last part where it says, for I am Mars, the god of war, and I will cut you down. Bam, 30 days.
Because of those lyrics?
Yep.
Holy shit, man.
Well, also, your bones will build my palaces. Your eyes will stud my crown, for I am Mars, the god of war, and I will cut you down. That got me banned for 30 freaking days.
How do you know that? So when they explained to you detail why they banned you, and they gave you examples of the lyrics, or?
Yeah, I've been banned quite a bit on Facebook for the stupidest shit like that. And this one, every time they ban you, they show you what you posted, why you got banned.
Wow.
And when I saw that, I was like, wow, 30 days. But at the same time, dude, what am I going to do? Complain? In 30 days, I'm still going to be back there. People can complain about Facebook all they want, but you're there. Well, people that leave Facebook, then I respect what they have to say. But I'll be back posting stupid shit,
That's crazy, man. I mean, I was thrown into Facebook jail for a couple of days a few years back for posting the album cover for Keel's first album, Lay Down the Law.
Yeah. Wow.
That got me in trouble.
That's a great album, man. A lot of people don't really know that one because it's on Shrapnel.
Yeah, it's killer, man. I think the early version of Speed Demon's on there, right?
Yep, the original version, and even though it's not that good either, the Rolling Stones cover, they redid it again on the next album. But
it's on. I forgot it's on the very first album. Wow.
Yeah, Let's Spend the Night Together is on that, and yeah, they're going to have like one of these Keel Fests at the Nashville Rockin' Pod that I'll be going to in March.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully they'll play some of that. They'll have Rick Fox on there. Rick Fox and Ron Keel and I don't know who else.
Rick Fox from Steeler?
Yeah. So they'll be playing some Steeler stuff and it'll be fun. Cool.
I've never seen Ron Keel live in any form. Have you?
Really? Yeah, I seen him. Well, the last time I saw him was in Nashville, but I saw him back in the 80s with Accept and Helix.
I remember that tour. That was the Metal Heart tour, right?
Yeah, Metal Heart, exactly. And he was on not Right to Rock, the one that came out, Final Frontier.
Yeah.
Was that one. But all right, man.
Did you ever get into Helix?
No, not really. I never really. To be honest with you, I never really heard enough of their stuff, and what I have heard never really made me run to listen to it.
Yeah, me too. I don't know too many of their songs, but I heard a few on the radio growing up, and they didn't do it for me. But the main reason why I won't give Helix a chance is because it's guaranteed you're going to see at least 3 of their albums in the $3 or less bin. So right there, that just tells me, especially in this day and age where metal vinyl the price is skyrocketing, and even like a fucking like Coney Hatch album costs like $10, So I always see Helix for like $3 or under. It's like, hey, that's a warning. Don't waste your $3.
Yeah, no shit. Did you like a Coney Hatch?
I've never heard a song. I don't think I've heard a song by them.
That first one's good. I recommend it if you find it.
The one with the logo on the cover.
It's got like a weird face, and it says Coney Hatch. I think it's just called Coney Hatch. It has Devil's Deck, Monkey Bars, good stuff, man.
I remember that band. They always opened for bigger bands like in the early '80s, and you could tell they weren't metal, right? They're not metal; they're kind of like just hard rock, right?
Yeah, they are. They aren't metal at all, but it's good hard rocking stuff, man.
Okay,
Not bad.
I'll check them out.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything after the first one, but the first one's pretty damn good, man. I'd recommend it. Check out Devil's Deck on YouTube. I think you'll dig that tune.
Okay, so I'll look for my Connie Hatch album, Behind the Helix and Vandenberg record.
Yeah. Oh, and the first Vandenberg's awesome too, if you haven't heard that.
Yeah, I know. That first album has some good shit on it. I mean, I didn't want to like it just because of the picture on the back, the band photo. It's a hard sell, but yeah, there is some good stuff on there. Double bass, and yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Right on. So now we're going to talk about King Diamond, The Eye. What do you think of this album?
You know, there was a point in my life where I would say this is my favorite King Diamond album. I fucking love it. Currently, I think Them is my favorite album, but I kind of ping pong back and forth between Them, Abigail, and The Eye. But yeah, The Eye is definitely a contender for best King Diamond album. I love it. I love it.
Awesome. So I did the right thing getting you for this episode.
Oh yeah.
And again, I want to thank Steve Johansson. And this is an album that Snowy Shaw played on this, and then he didn't play on anything else after that. And Pete Black and Hal Patino came back for Abigail too, but they didn't play on anything after this either. It's and this unlike other King Diamond stories, this one's a true story, though. You know, they throw in the eye as kind of like the necklace with the eye is kind of like the little fiction part, but the rest of this is true with the Inquisition and the killing of the witches and all that stuff.
And he sings about actual people from history, like real names and facts. Totally.
Yeah, and it's a great album, man. I mean, I think some parts could have been a little better, but and this is kind of like, it's a weird album because there was no video for it. It just came out. There was no real promotion for it.
No.
1990, I believe.
Yep.
And you know, there was good promotion for Conspiracy and Them and Abigail, and then they didn't put nothing behind it. And I think it's a fantastic album, actually.
I think it came out in 90. Did it come out in 91?
You may be right. I was thinking 90. Maybe it was 91.
I thought it came out my senior year of high school, or maybe even 92. We should know this. We're talking about it, guy. Do you have a copy of it, Andy?
I do actually. I do. Let me see. 19. Where is it? 1990.
It came out in 90. Holy shit! I thought it came out in 91. Okay, I'm wrong. You know, like, as much as I love this album, the two biggest flaws, or the three biggest flaws, are, like you said, there was no promotion for it and no tour. At least they didn't come to the West Coast. I didn't hear of any I tour, and that's one problem. The second problem is the production is a major step down from Conspiracy. Like, Conspiracy sounds like a big budget, big rock album. The drums especially are huge, especially after Them. And don't get me wrong, Them's my favorite King Diamond album, but the drum sound on that album is very lacking. The snare drum's really small, the drums are boxy, and that's probably the only weak thing about Them. But then with Conspiracy, everything opened up, and it just sounded like a fucking like Led Zeppelin album, like, production wise. It's so good. And then with The Eye, you could tell their budget was cut or something, like, because it sounds like it was recorded in a small room and just not a major budget production. So that was the first thing I noticed when I put it on. Like, oh man, this doesn't sound as cool as Conspiracy. And then the last thing that is a weak link in it is the drumming. I think Snowy Shaw's drumming is a major step down from Mickey D, man. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. The drumming's good on The Eye, but it's not as interesting or as flamboyant or flashy or powerful as Mickey D, man. Like, The Eye would have been amazing if Mickey D played on it, dude. God damn.
Yeah. No, I don't notice none of the above. But you know, I do know that Mickey D is a superior drummer. Though Snowy Shaw is pretty damn good.
Yeah,
so,
oh yeah.
He didn't play on In the Shadows, though he's credited for it.
Yeah, I know. I remember when that album came out, I was working at a Target in Daly City, and I brought a coworker of mine wanted to hear the new Merciful Fate, and he wanted to borrow it from me. And he was a drummer as well, and he was a real cocky son of a bitch too. And I never saw him play after all this bullshit conversations about how good of a drummer he is. I never saw him play, but he borrowed the CD from me, and we got into an argument in the break room about whether Snowy Shaw played on the record or the CD, and I was like, he didn't. I mean, he's not credited, and he kept on pointing at the picture like, dude, look, his picture's on there. I'm like, dude, you have fucking eyes, man. Just read the credits. He's not credited anywhere on the album. So yeah, I didn't talk to him. I didn't lend him the CD either. I took it back. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Does the album? It doesn't even like say who really played drums on it.
Oh, nope. It does.
Oh, it does.
It has the dude's name, and he's a fantastic drummer. Whoever the fuck he is, man. The drumming on In the Shadows is killer, man. Killer.
What do you think of the production
on In the Shadows?
Yeah.
Perfect. That album is perfect. I can't say a bad thing about it. Perfect.
Yeah, I love that album. All right, but we're talking about The Eye, and this song, The Eye of the Witch, is the opening track. What'd you think of that?
I love it, but I gotta say, when it first started, when I first heard it, I was kind of taken aback because it started off so slow. There was no intro really, or at all. There's no intro. So it just kind of started off right away. So I was taken aback, and it was definitely different, but it sucked me in right away, dude. I after the first verse and chorus, I was sold.
Yeah, I found it odd at first when I first heard it. On my first time listening to it, I was like, man, the keyboards are very predominant on this track.
Yeah.
But it's still cool. And this song is pretty much about the necklace that has the eye that can see into the past.
Totally.
To me, it was a grower. I'll be honest with you. I didn't hate it, but I just thought, man, this is odd.
Mm-hmm.
To start a King Diamond album like this, and it's, I mean, yes, it's King Diamond, but it sounded kind of commercial for me, to my ears, but it still had the metal, which, even though if the keyboards were very high in the mix, I thought still great. All right, the next one, The Trial, which takes place in a dungeon where they torture the witch and trying to make her confess. Did you like this one?
My favorite song on the album.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude. That song. It has a lot of Merciful Fate flavor in it, I think, actually. But the riffs, dude, the riffs. Here's an example of how badass this song is. This is one of the most frequented songs I hear at other bands' sound checks. When guitarists start checking out their rig, I hear people doing that riff, dun dun digga dun 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 digga dun dun, all the time, dude. Like a lot of different bands, man. I too many to mention, but I hear it all the time at sound checks, and I'll run up to the stage, say, "Oh shit, the Eye, you're playing King Diamond!" Like it's awesome. But yeah, I love this song, dude. I love it. And the lyrics are killer.
Dimmu Borgir did it. Did you not?
Dimmu Borgir?
Yeah, they covered this song.
Wow.
Yeah.
People like this track, and I do too.
Yeah, including me. It's my second favorite. I just love that part where he's like, "We are servants of God and we believe in the devil. Yep. And we found its mark on you. Confess, witch."
Yeah.
It's just so badass, man. And yeah,
I like how it goes into like a total like swing part, like the needles, and pins. Yeah, that part is really cool. It reminds me of Merciful Fate, kind of early Merciful Fate. So yeah, man, there's lots of moments to this song, different tempos and different beats, and really fucking cool.
It kind of reminds me of the alien in Spaceballs. You know that part? Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, he has a top hat and he's like walking away and shit. Yeah.
With the cane and shit.
Yeah, it's like the fucking WB frog.
Yeah. but it's weird because glowing pins. I mean, was that around back then?
Yeah, I've never heard of that as a torture device or anything. Yeah, that's new to me, but it sounds cool.
Yeah, it's really cool, actually. No, I love this song. It's, like I said, my second favorite. All right, next one is my favorite, where Burn, where they take the witch up the hill and burn her at the stake. And the only thing that remained was the eye, the necklace and the eye.
Yeah.
It's my favorite track off the album. It's such a attack on it with the vocal structure. And, you know, the part where he says, they say the devil is here tonight.
Right.
Let him play the violin.
Wow. Yeah.
What'd you think of this one?
You know, funny thing, I love this song. I love every song on this album. This is probably my least favorite song on the album.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just the most basic song on not counting the title track. This is like the most basic song. You know, it's sounds like something that would be lost on Conspiracy somewhere. So I think Conspiracy has some weak moments on it. Like that's not as solid as an album as the first three King Diamond albums. And this song Burn would be perfect on Conspiracy. But don't get me wrong though, I do love it. It's killer track. And it closes off the first story told on the album. Like he gets burned, and then the next song is the Two Little Girls song, right?
Right, yeah.
What's that song called?
Two Little Girls, yeah.
Yes, I thought, yeah. And yeah, so it goes into that where the girls are playing in the ashes of where the witch was burned, and they find the necklace and see horrors in the eye. Like the way it segues into the next song is killer, man, killer.
Yeah, you know, I would have to agree with you about Conspiracy. I do like my favorite is always going to be Fatal Portrait, because it's kind of like that was the Merciful Fate album that basically turned into a King Diamond album. But
more or less, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when I interviewed Kim Ruz, he was supposed to be on that album.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but the reason he didn't do it is because he wanted the band to be called Merciful Fate. He didn't want it to be King Diamond, which is a shame. But you know, Mickey D, man. I mean, bringing him in, the whole new beast. But even from Fatal Portrait on, you hear hints of Merciful Fate, but because of Mickey D, I think it's a different band. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And Andy LaRocque. Andy LaRocque's
of course,
lead playing is a different school than Sherman and Denner. I'm not going to say it's better, but it's definitely a different school. When you interviewed Kim Ruz, I'm curious, did he tell you about the physical altercation that him and King got into?
No, he didn't. He didn't bring that up.
King told me that around that time when they were making the transition from Merciful Fate to King Diamond, you know, they were butting heads. He didn't say anything about why specifically, like changing the name or whatever, but he said that they got into a really heated argument, and Kim Ruz got into like a karate stance.
Oh man!
And according to the King, he just decked him. He belted him. I don't know if it's true or not, but you know, it still makes for a pretty funny story. And then he goes, and then King goes, and then he fucking became a mailman.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's wild because me and Wayne Newton, that you were on that podcast where we talked about, I forget what King Diamond album.
I think it was the Eye.
It was the Eye?
I think so.
Okay,
so there was a whole bunch of people. Like there was a whole bunch of people on that one, right?
Yeah, it was about 4 or 5 of us.
Yeah, I think we were talking about the Eye. I think. Oh no, it was Voodoo.
You're right. It was
Voodoo.
Yeah, that's right.
And in that discussion, I was still under the impression that the Eye was a drum machine, dude. I mean, everyone I knew in my circle of friends, and outside my circle of friends, everyone thought it was a drum machine, and it was kind of like a known fact for years and years. And then in that discussion, I mentioned that, and everyone jumped down my throat and were like, "No, it's really drums. It's really Snowy Shaw." But I mean, it kind of sounds like a drum machine. Yeah. If you listen to it, it doesn't have that live, loud feel of the drumming on Conspiracy or any other King Diamond album. It sounds like a programmed beat. But I mean, I guess that's a testament to how precise Snowy Shaw is. He sounds like a machine, I guess. But yeah, it's funny. I thought it was a drum machine right when I put it on. I don't know.
Well, you know, and I don't know how he knew this, but Messiah from Candlemass said it was a drum machine on this album.
It was?
Yeah, and they told that to King Diamond. It's an interview on YouTube. He's sitting on a bed. It's a weird interview. And he kind of lost his mind too, going, "What? no, that's real drums. That's not a drum machine on that album. So yeah, even Messiah said he was there or some shit, you know.
Huh?
That
He was there having beers with the drum machine.
exactly. But to go back to Conspiracy for a second, like I was saying, I do like the albums before it, and I like The Eye more than Conspiracy. But I got to say, Conspiracy, it's heavy though, man. It's like
Oh
really,
yeah.
really a heavy. It's probably the heaviest of all the King Diamond albums, though some of the songs don't translate as good as I don't think. But I think that album was very heavy, man. Very, very heavy.
Totally. I think some of the songs, like the songwriting, was kind of dumbed down a little bit for Conspiracy, probably because they wanted to break into a bigger market. You know, I mean, I've heard a lot of things about that album, whether they're true or not, I don't know. But I heard the reason why Mickey D quit was because while they were when they were finishing up making the album, he had already done his drum tracks, and they were wrapping up the production of the album. Uh, King Diamond started getting like tour offers, like major tour offers. Someone told me he got offered the Painkiller tour. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But from what I heard, he turned all these offers down because they weren't going to give him full production, and he refused to put on a half-assed King Diamond show, which you got to respect that. But
Right.
Mickey D, I can understand where Mickey D's coming from. He was like, "That's insane. You're turning down these huge tours. These are major opportunities, you know." So he was disgruntled by that, and I heard that's why he left, or that's one of the reasons why he left.
Wow. I never heard that one before.
Well,
But
did you ever hear any reasons why Mickey D left?
no, I never really found out. And, you know, I always thought he wanted to do something a little more popular since he joined Don Dokken after that. I don't know. You
Yeah,
know?
that was a bad move. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, in any year, being in King Diamond is going to be cooler than being in Don Docken's
Oh, of
solo album.
course. Of course. And I am a Don Dokken, well, I'm a Dokken fan, but I didn't like that. And I know a lot of people love that Don Dokken album. I just didn't like it. I
I
just,
only saw the video that Mickey D is in, and I thought that song sucked, and I had no interest in ever hearing the album. I've never heard another track off of it, so I
yeah,
really didn't.
I thought the whole album was, and Lynch Mob too. I wasn't into that either. You know, I just thought, man, these guys were good. You know, well, I wasn't a fan of Breaking the Chains, but I liked everything after that. And then they broke up, and then they released two subpar albums, I thought.
Mm.
But all right, the next one, Two Little Girls, like you explained, it's you know, two little girls are playing where the witch was burned, and they found the eye, and it choked them forevermore. It killed them,
Yeah.
basically, and it's just keyboards and King with that demented voice, and I just thought it was. I love this song, even though it's extremely different, because it's not metal at all. It's just, you know, just keyboard and King singing, but he does those weird inflections with his voice, and I just think it's a creepy ass song. What'd you think?
I love it. I love it. Great segue between the two real songs, and yeah, I mean, it just moves the story right along. It's fucking awesome. I agree with everything you said.
Yep. And the next one, new character comes in, an 18-year-old nun gets molested by a priest, and then another priest comes in, Father David, who is just as demented, you know, made her kiss his cross and then lay on the floor naked, and then she finds the eye and she puts it on her neck, and then the next day she goes up to Father David, who looks into the eye and dies.
Yeah.
Uh, Pretty messed up song. What'd you think of this one?
I love the way it starts, man. It kind of fades in with the total like horror movie intro.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite songs on the album. I like the choruses, and yeah, it's just I like the way the song ends. Like that night, Father David passed away. Like that, the whole melody is awesome, man. Why she never wondered why. Killer, and it's the end of side one. And like the last line is the eye of the necklace is taking its toll. So yeah, I dig it, man. It's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, the metal comes back and the solos on this song.
Oh
It's
yeah,
it's melodic, like that first section, very melodic, and then the next one is like, man, holy crap! Those solos going on in this track is like unbelievable.
totally. Yeah, Pete Black's a killer guitar player. He threw a drink in my face once.
He did? Why was that?
It was on the I think it was on the Conspiracy tour. No, it was on the Them tour, and it may have even been the first time I saw King Diamond. Like I was just so excited. I knew which member was which, but I got to the front row at the Stone, and I was just exhausted and gasping for air, and just so excited that King Diamond was standing there right in front of me. And I looked at Pete Black, who was just started taking a sip of water. It was between songs, and I yelled out Andy. I don't know why.
Oh.
I wasn't thinking straight, and he looked at me and threw his drink in my face. And I gotta say, it felt good because it was really hot in
Oh. That's a trip, dude. All right. Father Picard is the next one. And, he's a new chaplain and he drugs the nuns and makes them God's angels in white. And now he controls their minds with this drug. And what'd you think of this one?
I think it's great. And when this song came out, like Next Generation was a big thing. And so I used to call the song Captain Picard. But yeah, great song. At least on the old King Diamond albums, the first song on side two always kind of reels everything back in a little bit, musically and lyrically. And like the side one ends with something really dramatic, like someone dying, or like the story hits a big arc. And then
Yeah.
side two, it kind of like brings it back in. So the first song on side two brings it back in, and like starts explaining what's going on now, and this is where the story is going to take off from here. And musically too, like the first song on side two on his first 4 or 5, not a Conspiracy. The first song on side two for Conspiracy is the Wedding Dream, and that's a pretty elaborate song. But like on Abigail, it's Omens. On Fatal Portrait, the first song is Charon or Karen.
Yeah.
And this song is similar to those songs, kind of a simple song, but really killer and really effective. I dig it.
Oh yeah, I love what Pete Black does with the double pick and palm mute. It reminds me of what Jakey Lee did on Waiting for Darkness. That kind
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
very fucking cool. Yeah, I love this song. Next one, Behind the Walls, and this one Madeline's all alone in the garden and she can't see the other nuns or she can't hear the birds sing, but she remembers screams in the night. She does not know what's going on and wonders if Father Picard is a friend.
Yeah.
What's going on? This song. Last time I saw King Diamond, he played this song, which was awesome.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that too, and I think he played it in San Francisco as well. Yeah, yeah. I love the keyboard part of this song. It's really the driving force behind the song, and it starts off with keyboard, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's like the driving component in the song, and yeah, it's killer track, dude, killer. Uh, Great vocals, of course, and the story's moving right along, man. I totally dig it. You're definitely saying everything, so I don't need to add anything to it because yeah, it's killer, fucking killer.
And I know this is kind of like something I'll say over and over again, but man, again, the solo on this track, holy crap, man. Just insane. It's just
Yeah,
insane playing. I think Andy's the one that does that. Yeah, absolutely love this song, man. It was such a pleasant, this and the lake. When he played the lake last time, I was like, holy fuck. He's doing
I never saw him play the lake, that's for sure.
yeah, I couldn't believe he played the lake. It's like, well, that's like a bonus track, on
What year was that? What tour did he play the lake on? Like one of his recent tours?
yeah, it was the last time I saw him. The last time.
Really? Wow, man. He didn't play it in San Francisco. I would have lost my shit if he played the lake or Shrine. Either one of those songs, I would have
Okay.
went crazy.
Yeah, Shrine. I've never seen him do. Yeah, it was the What's the name of that album that's supposed to come out? I forgot. Institution or something.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
That's the one you saw.
I've seen the last. I missed one King Diamond tour actually in the past, 10 years or past 6 years. I missed one of the times he played the Warfield because I was on tour with DA. So that must have been the tour he played the Lake on. Fuck, that would have been amazing to see that.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome. All right, so now we go into the meeting where it's Father Picard uses the nuns to ritually torture and kill children as Father Picard hammers nails into the kids. What do you think of this one?
I love the chorus, man. The meetings held in secrecy, so killer, and the drum beat behind it, the human drum beat behind it is really cool, very, very cool. Syncopation going on, and yeah, I dig it, man. Great lyrics. This is like the story on this album, even though most of it's factual, like he didn't write it, but the way he puts it together with like some fact and some fiction and throws it all together, it's brilliant. And yeah, every song it just moves the story along so perfectly. I love it.
Yeah, and the time signatures. There's some really odd, cool time signatures in this
Killer
track.
syncopation. Yeah, totally.
Right on. All right, the next one is, there's no story behind it because it's an instrumental, Insanity. Where what do you think of this one?
Beautiful. And this song plays on as an outro when you see a King Diamond show. Well, at least every time I've seen him recently, when you leave the hall or the venue, this song's playing over the PA.
Yeah, you're right. Yep, he does do it.
It's kind of like Black Sabbath and Fluff. It's like King Diamond's Fluff.
Yeah, kind of. And I hear, dude, honestly, I hear a little bit of Perfect Water from Blues the Cult in this. I hear a little bit of Zeppelin. I just think it's a dark, beautiful guitar playing. And the song has an incredible feeling. The change and the harmonies make it tasteful and mysterious at the same time. Totally dig it. All right, next one is called 1642 Imprisonment, where Father Picard dies and the nuns confess about the killing of the children. And then Madeline dies in the prison. What do you think of this one?
I love it because it's like the ending of the album part one. Like this album it ends twice. Like the last two songs are the end, like the album could have ended with this song because the story ends right there, and then the last track is just King Diamond's talking about his love for the necklace, So I dig it. Like it's the only time I can think in a concept album situation where the album ends twice, kind of, So yeah, this song's great. In 1642, killer.
Yeah, I like again the solo and and the sacrifice in his vocals yeah.
Oh yeah, the verse, sacrifice, holy rites, the secrecy. Yeah, killer, man,
Yeah.
killer. It's been a while since I've listened to the Eye, so when you're describing the songs, they're coming right back to me. So yeah, fucking awesome.
Yeah. All right, now we end it with The Curse. This song is about the curse of the eye that will bring you back in time, which is, the eye survives after all this crap. I mean, what is it? 3 stories in this, or is it 4? I think it's 3.
It's
right?
the first story, which is the second and third song, and then the little girls. So that's a story on its own. So that's 2 stories, and then the third story starts from the last song on side 1, and then the first 4 songs on side 2, and then the last song is just kind of going back to the first song where it's King Diamond just looking at the necklace and like reflecting. That could be a story on its own as well. So maybe 4 stories, but fucking killer, dude, killer.
You like The Curse?
Oh, I love it. It's my second favorite song on the album.
I love the instrumentation it has. That
Yeah.
That it's just it's awesome, and pretty much King like sings the riff to the song. I don't think there's a lot of lyrics to it. I mean, he repeats the same lyrics over and over.
Right.
And but I love where the power of the chain is mine. So awesome, man.
And this song, like the formula of this song reminds me a little bit of Come to the Sabbath. I'm not saying the song sounds like Come to the Sabbath, but the formula, how it starts off kind of mid-tempo and then it goes right into a fast double bass, like in this upbeat part, and then it ends again with the intro with the mid-tempo part, kind of like Come to the Sabbath. So yeah, man, it's a fucking home run for sure.
Yeah.
And I love the album cover too.
Oh yeah, I know you can't see me, but I'm holding it up now, and this is yeah, the album cover. I'd like to get one of these eye things, you know. I've seen
Dude,
them.
I can't believe he hasn't sold that, you know, at his merch booth at his shows, man. That would be a huge seller.
Oh yeah, I would
Probably
buy them.
expensive to make, but still, it'd be. I'd give it. I'd fork down $100 for that thing.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. So right on, Will. So yeah, man. The eye. You would say it's like your second, third favorite, right?
It's in my top three. It's sometimes my favorite. It rotates with Abigail and them. What do you think of the follow up, Spider's Lullaby?
I know you don't like it, but I did. I know you didn't like it. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, that was the first time, and really the only time I kind of tuned out of King Diamond for a while. I was like, oh man, this is weak. So that's the only album I can say I don't like by King Diamond, though. I mean,
Really,
some albums are better than others, but I should maybe go revisit Spider's Lullaby. But yeah, I just wasn't into it. And another album that had weak production, like kind of small, low budget production.
I thought "Give Me Your Soul, Please" was not that great. It was okay.
Yeah, that would be right behind Spider's Lullaby. I'm not too crazy about that album either.
Yeah, but no, Spider's Lullaby, I think it's awesome. But you know, hey, to each its own, man. You might like it if you give it another chance.
I don't even own it. I used to have it on cassette, and who knows where it is now. So I should pick it up and check it out. I always see it on picture disc all the time at record stores. So maybe I'll grab it and check it out. Sorry, I'm fucking burping here. Okay.
Well, thank you, Will, for your time.
My pleasure, man.
And I can't wait for some new Death Angel. And
yeah, man. I mean, like I said, we took the holidays off. Between June and the end of October, we played a few shows shy of 100 shows. So we were pretty tired. We were pretty tired when we got home around Halloween, and it wasn't like a plan we all like made together. But I think we're all on the same page to just take the rest of the year off because next we were home for a couple of weeks, and then it was Thanksgiving, and then Christmas comes around. So anyway, so we took the end of the year off, and we're gonna get back into writing and demoing, and hopefully record an album sooner than later. We have a major tour this year. Major thrash tour in North America in May and June, and it's not Testament and Exodus. It's a different package, and it's a big one. It's an awesome one. So keep your eyes and ears out for that.
Right on. Hopefully you come down to South Florida, man.
It's a big tour, so I think we will. It starts in on the East Coast, and I'm sure we're going down to Florida. I'm sure of it.
Well, if you do this time, I'm taking a Rock and Roll Ribs. I know we couldn't do it last time.
Yeah, dude, we gotta go.
Time was too. We could have probably made it, but I was like, yeah, dude. I mean, it probably if traffic hit us, then we would have been fucked.
Yeah. So, and on this tour, this upcoming tour, we're second out of 4, so we'll be going on a little later, which means everything will be later. So we'll have more time to do that.
Right on. You're going to tell me who it is, right? After
you turn the record off.
I definitely would love to know. All right, Will. So I want you back on the show, and
yeah.
I know I got you for a donation one, but if you think of anything, let me know, and I'll let you know if I think of anything. Because
yeah, I'm gonna start pairing up concept albums again, and I'll come up with something.
Yeah, we'll definitely think of something, and right on, brother. So stay frosty, Will.
You too, brother, and schmack 'em a gob.
Schmack 'em a gob.